What is the professional similarity between Xavi Hernandez and Mikel Arteta? If many of us are asked this question, if you are not so very careful, you will misinterpret the question and you will be like, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. They both share similarities, lóòótọ́. They passed through Pep Guardiola. One was his former player and the other one was his former assistant manager. And I'll give you Jarrah, they are both from Spain. Brother Shaggy, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. Those are similarities they share. They both come from Spain and they both pass through Pep Guardiola. But let's revisit the question. It asks, what is the professional similarity between Mikel Arteta and Xavi Hernandez?
I take full responsibility. My bad.
These two guys are not professional managers and they both share professional similarity, which we call the modern day WM tactics. The modern day WM tactics, to understand it better, we need to understand its origin, where it's coming from. It was created by Ololajilo Apari Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is a man who is always about dominance. He wants to control football games. If God should meet Pep Guardiola and ask him, Pep, ask me for anything that you wish and I will grant it. Pep will ask that, I don't want my opponent's leg to touch the ball for 90 minutes. He wants to dominate game. If you look at while he was at Barcelona, this is where it gets interesting, guys. When he was at Barcelona, he wanted to dominate games. This made him tend to push his two fullbacks high up the pitch when the team is in possession. That means when the team is in possession, the two fullbacks are so high up the pitch, which means three man at the back are the single pivots, which is usually Sergio Busquets, and the other two CBs, which means those are the three guys who are ready to protect the team in case the team is exposed to counter-attacking threats. Now let's assume we have opponents that have pacey wingers and they are now throwing balls into the wide channels, and those wide channels have been vacated by the fullbacks. Then there is a problem. Pep Guardiola was like, this will cost us a lot. If we are going to be attacking, we're going to score a lot of goals, but we're going to concede. Then he was like, okay, let's create a system whereby we can make this thing balance. We can attack with 5 and defend with 5. Let's invert one of our fullbacks and the other one will join the centre backs at the back. That was how the inverted fullback rule was created. So if you meet anybody and they ask you who created the inverted fullback rule, it was created by Ololajilo Apari innovator Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola now created this inverted fullback rule. Now, this inverted fullback rule leads us back to the WM tactics. The WM tactics, you now understand what we mean by WM tactics. If you have a paper and a pen beside you, you can draw a football pitch. If you have a tab, you can pick up your tab, because right now we're going to create the W and M shape on a football pitch. And you will see that Pep Guardiola is so fucking intelligent. So intelligent. Now, let's take the pitch for example. Pep Guardiola is someone who is always used to this 4-3-3 shape on paper. On paper, whenever you see the lineup, let's take Man City for example. Whenever you see Man City lineup, it's always this 4-3-3. Now, let's take someone like Joao Cancelo, a very, very good example of inverted fullback while he was at City with Pep Guardiola. Joao Cancelo. Now, let's move Joao Cancelo into the middle of the pitch with Rodri as a defensive midfielder. Then you have a back three, you have Joao Cancelo and Rodri in front of them. And in front of them, you have the two box-to-box midfielder. You have maybe Eke Gundogan and you have Kevin De Bruyne. Now, in front of them, you have the striker and the two wingers. Now, if you take your pen, now, let's connect all these footballers. Let's connect them together one by one. Guys, if we make out that M shape, if we create that M and W shape, instantly make sure you click that red button, that plus button. Make sure you click it and give me a follow. You see that I'm trying now. Abi, you give me a follow now. So let's connect the left CB, left-sided center back out of those back three. Let's start with him. Let's connect that left center back with the first pivot. Now let's from that pivot draw a line to the CB in the middle, Now draw a line from that CB in the middle, draw it to the other pivot. Then from that other pivot, draw a line to the CB who is outside with the other CB. The other CB. You know we have three CBs at the back, so you draw a line from the left CB to the pivot, first pivot. From that pivot to the middle CB. From that middle CB to the other pivot. From that other pivot to the right CB. Then you have a M shape. Guys, if you get that M shape, click that plus button right now. Let's go to that W shape. In front of them, now let's connect the wide winger. Let's connect that wide winger with the first box to box. Have you guys done that? Now let's connect that box to box. Let's connect him with the striker. Then the striker, let's connect him with the other box to box midfielder. Then let's connect him with the outside winger. Then we have a W shape. That was how the WM shape was created. And that WM shape, if you look at the middle, you will see a box because the double pivot and the two box to box, it creates a box. Pep Guardiola wants to control midfield. He wants to dominate. And Arteta was like, this should be Ogami. This should be Ogami. And he was like, Shevchenko, come. He invited Shevchenko into the middle of the pitch with Partey in front of them. You see maybe Xhaka and Odegaard. Then outside you see Xhaka, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus. You create a W in front of them, and deep down you create an M shape. Xavi Hernandez was like, everybody is doing this, so and if I invert fullback now, they'll be like I'm copying them. I won't invert my own fullback. Xavi Hernandez now created something we call the false winger in Gavi. So when Barcelona are in transition, when they are in possession, you see Bade high up and Gavi will come into the middle of the pitch. But they are always played with a double pivot, Frankie de Jong and Sergio Busquets. Then you see in front of them you have Gavi and Pedri. They create a box midfield, and if you connect all that dots together, you get a W up and you get a M down. These guys, wow! You see Pep Guardiola, that man, he needs to be studied. He is so very intelligent. Guys, if you know that I've tried enough, if you know that you love this video, please click that plus button and follow me for more interesting football videos like this.